Hi everyone! Today I have my makeup inventory for you, and for that I'm not going to show you what all I have because I think that would take way too much time. However, I spent the last couple days going through all my stuff, everything I have, even my skin and hair care items, and I made a list of what I own, how many of each I own, and what I would like to do, and where I would like to actually downsize. I put my list sorted by what it's for in this neat little notebook, and I started with my eyes and eyebrow items because that is what I have the most of and what I actually pretty much like the most too. So I have 5 eye primers. I'm not sure about what I'm going to do with those. I have a few of the smaller Urban Decay primer potion samples, but I also have the big size ones, and I don't know if I necessarily think I need the colored eyeshadow primers or eye primers, so that is something that I need to figure out as I'm going along. But then we continue on with cream eyeshadows. I have 18 of those. MAC paint pots, the Maybelline color tattoos, and various other brands. I think I own too many, especially because a few of them are just not opaque. I need a couple layers, otherwise they get patchy. So I would like to work on those and be somewhere between 10 and 12, I guess, to have a nice range of shades. I have 13 of the eyeshadow pencils. With that I mean like the NYX Jumbo Eye pencils and the likes. I don't think I need 13 necessarily. If I had 7 or 8, that would be fine by me. Then I have 25 eyeshadow pigments. The problem is I barely ever use pigments because in the morning it's too much of a hassle for me, so I don't reach for them then. And I don't have all that many chances to do my makeup in the afternoon or in the evening. So I really barely ever reach for them, so I would like to go down to 2 to 5 maybe from the 25 I own. Then I have 65 single eyeshadows, which is a lot. However, I like mixing and matching and just taking like 4 with me every now and then, for example, so I don't know what I'm going to do with all those. I'll have to figure it out as I go along. I have 2 eyeshadow duos, which I barely ever reach for, so I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do. I'm mostly going to use those up, the 2 that I own, and once they're gone, I'll just not repurchase, I hope. Because with duos, usually I have the highlight shades missing for me, and I don't want to have to bring a separate eyeshadow just for the highlight. Then I have 4 eyeshadow trios, which is okay for me. I believe there are 2 of the Wet n Wild trios, which I really like, so I'm not going to change anything about those. I have 6 eyeshadow quads, most of which are limited edition. I'm okay with that. I'm not going to change much about that because I like the ones I have. If I use them up, I might repurchase a new one. And then what's surprising for me, I have 7 eyeshadow palettes. I thought I had more, but apparently I only have 7, and one of them is in my Project Pan, so I'm okay with that at the moment. I don't know if I may purchase another one, if I'll maybe throw one in another Pan palette or whatever. I'll figure that out as I go along, but with palettes I was really surprised, and happily so. The less happy surprise was my eyeliner pencils. I have 40, and I don't know why I have 40. I don't need 40. I don't have that many eyes. I have 2 eyes like pretty much everybody else, so I would like to work my way down to 20, and I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I guess I will start working on my duplicates, like all the brown shades I have and the blacks, because I think that way it's probably a good way to start. However, for summer I will also pick out a few of my colored shades, mostly because I have quite a few colored shades. I got the 15th anniversary Urban Decay box with the 15 eyeliner pencils, so I have those 15 still. So if I'm down to 20, I'll be happy. It might take a while. And then I have 3 eyeliner pens, which 2 are in the Project Pan that I'm working on right now, so once those are gone, I'll be okay. The last one I own, I haven't tried yet. It's still in the packaging, and it was my replacement for the eyeliner pen that I just loved. However, that is no longer made, so I had to find a new one. I'm going to see if that one works. Then I have 4 liquid eyeliners. I would like to go down to 0 because I don't like the application. The applicator itself is very stiff usually for the ones I own, and I just don't like using them, so I would like to use them up and just be done. I have 6 gel eyeliners, most of which are black. Yeah, I need to work on that. If I end up having like 3 maybe left, I would be happy. Having a black, a brown, and maybe a colored one, that would be ideal, I guess. Then I have 11 mascaras. If I end up having 5 only, yeah, I think 5 would be a good number to have a little bit of variation, because most of those are mascaras I haven't tried yet, with the exception of the CoverGirl mascara I have. Those are actually, I have 2 of the same, and that's a backup. I have 5 variations of eyebrow gels or the dip brow pomade. I need to use a couple up. I want to end up having like 1 or maybe 2 to have a backup. And then I have a eyebrow powder set. I would like to use that up completely and then just never repurchase it, because eyebrow powder does not work for me. It never looks right. It never looks even closely even or anything. I just do not like it. That was my eyes and eyebrow stuff. I'm gonna continue with my lip items. I have one lip primer that is perfect. I don't need more. I like to have the one that I actually own, simply because when I use the brighter shades, for example, I enjoy having the option of putting a primer underneath. Then onto chapsticks. I have 13 clear or tinted chapsticks, and I need to work on that. I would like to have 2 clear ones left and maybe 2 tinted, mostly because when I throw them on, it's just for on the go, you know, just have a little bit of color maybe, so having 2 of each might be perfect. I have 4 lip liners. I don't know what I'm going to do with those, mostly because the lip liners are specific shades for specific lipsticks, and I may just use those up and end up purchasing a clear one or a nude one, for example, to work around having too many lying around, because I don't think they're getting better as time goes by. Then I have 26 lipsticks. I don't know, I think those are a few too many. However, other people may argue. My issue is I have many similar shades, so I would like to use those up and just have a couple out of my box, because I already had to throw 2 away because they changed color and consistency, so yeah, I had to throw those out. I have 16 lip glosses. Last one just came in on Monday, because a friend of mine got that and she didn't like it, so she asked me if I wanted to use it, and of course I want to use it. However, I would like to work on my lip glosses to have around 4 left, a clear one and a few colored ones, just for everyday use. And then I have 8, yeah, I have 8 samples of lipsticks. So let's continue with face items. I have 7 face primers. Most of those are actually sample sizes, so I would like to use up quite a few of those. If in the end I have 2 left, a big one for at home and a smaller one for traveling, I would be happy. That would be my ideal goal. And I have 3 liquid foundations. If I'm not mistaken, 1 is a sample actually, and 2... No, wait, 1 isn't a sample. It's the NYX one that I'm using right now, which I absolutely hate. I can't wait to use that up. But the other 2 I think I quite like, and so I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do. I don't think I want to keep both around, mostly because I want to repurchase the Tarte Amazonian Clay 24-hour foundation, because that is like my holy grail pretty much, because I can use it as a concealer as well. And if I kept those 2 and the Tarte, I would have 3 again. I think 3 is too many because I don't use them up that fast. So 2 might be a good thing, actually. I have 1 powder foundation, the Bare Minerals Matte Foundation. I'm not sure what I want to do with it. I'm going to use it in the summer when I'm a little bit darker skin tone. So, well, I don't get much darker, but, you know. I'm going to see what I'm going to do with it. Then I have 2 BB creams right now. I would like to use them up and repurchase maybe only 1 of them. And then the bad thing, I have 11 foundation samples. These range from those little sachets to bigger samples. I would just like to completely use them up. Odds are I will end up having another foundation sample here and there come in, and I think it's not that good if I keep them laying around for too long. Then right now I have one powder left. Ideally I only have one powder. However, the powder I have right now I would just like to use up and be done with. I don't want to repurchase this ever again. So I'll be on the hunt for a new powder, I guess. I have 26 blushes, which might not sound all that crazy, but the issue is that either the shades are too dark for me or they just don't look too different from each other. So I'm gonna use up quite a few of those and then I'll see what I'm gonna do. My ideal goal would probably be to have like 16 to 18 blushes, which is still a lot by most people's standards, but I like having a variety. I also like to mix and match and to just layer, for example, to have a new shade. So 16 to 18 might be something that I can work my way down to for the time being. And then I'll just revisit the whole issue. And then I have 4 green blushes. I would like to use up at least one of those, if not 2, because there are some shades that are very similar to each other. Right now I have 2 bronzers, which is ideal for me because one is more of a taupey shade, so I can use that for contouring, and the other is a little bit warmer, so I can use that perfectly for warming up my skin tone. Not going to change much about that apart from having to repurchase eventually once I'm running out. Then I have 4 highlighters, which is too many because one is a duplicate, and then one I'm not even sure about. I'm using up another one right now in one of my project pans. I like that a lot, but there is one that I'm not sure if the color would suit me actually because it's still brand new. I've never even touched it. I have 1 setting spray, which is okay by me, and I have 4 concealers, which is a tad bit too many. I'm, however, using up one right now that I'm never going to repurchase, and then there's a second one that I might just throw in afterwards to use up and never repurchase as well. Then I would be down to 2, and I think that might actually be a good number. And then on to nail items. I have, as of now, 82 colored nail polishes, which is too many because I don't always get around to painting my nails. So I wrote down 40. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, if I'm going to use up or if I'm going to just give away a couple. We'll see. I have 5 base coats and I would like to work my way down to having 2 only, mostly because there are a few that are okay but they don't really do much for me, whereas I have 1 or 2 at least that I know of that are very nice for my nails. I have 4 top coats and I think there's only 1 that I really like, so I'm going to repurchase that after I've used up the 3 I don't like. I have 2 nail polish toppers right now. I'm okay with that. I like those toppers because they go over a lot of different shades that I own, so that's perfectly alright with me. And then I have quick dry items. You know, the sprays and nail polishes, etc. that you put over the nail polish or spray over it after you're done painting to have them dry quicker or faster. I have 9 of them and I would like to work my way down to having 2. Mostly because a few of the items I have just don't work that well for me. They just don't do much. So I'm going to use them up, or if I'm too frustrated I might actually throw them out because there is at least one that is a dropping oil basically, and my entire hand is sticky and greasy afterwards and I just don't like it. Then right now I have 4 nail polish removers. I would like to end up having 2. 2 because one is a regular nail polish remover and the other would be those nail polish remover pads, which I like for on the go or when I just need to finish clear up one nail real quick. So having those pads, it's actually quite nice. Then I have 4 nail polish remover pens, which I counted separately because for me, they just, I use them completely differently. I use them to clear out the edges and stuff. So I would like to have 1 after, at the end of, maybe I'm not sure if at the end of the year is reasonable because I don't use them that much. Unless they dry out. And I have 2 items for nail and cuticle care. I would like to only have 1 left. Now, that's it for nail polish. On to perfume, which I actually like, and that is something that I don't think is all that bad. I have 7 full-size perfumes, and I think that is a pretty good number. I like to have a good range of perfumes. One for the cooler time seasons, I would like a different scent than for the warmer seasons. And I can't stand having the same scent around me over and over again, so I need some change. And then I have 2 body sprays or body mists. I'm okay with that. If I had 1 or 2 extra, I wouldn't mind that either. However, I have 42 samples and I would like to just use those up. They frequently come in anyway because you get them when you purchase something. So I'm just going to use those up and hopefully just never accumulate that many ever again. Then I have some hair care items that I've currently been collecting as well. I have 7 shampoos and I don't need 7. I like having 2 around to switch out every now and then because my scalp and my hair just don't like having the same shampoo over and over again. I have 1 conditioner and I'm not going to change that. And I have 1 hair mask, which is also something I'm not going to change. I have 3 hair styling items. They are... One is supposed to help me keep my curl in because my hair is very thick and heavy, so my curl usually just... with the weight of my hair, you barely see it, and that product helps keep it in. I have 2 of those. One is a sample actually, but a relatively big sample, and I have a ponytail styler, which was in some kind of box I once had, and I guess I'm gonna use it up when I have my hair in a ponytail like today, and then hopefully I will never see that thing again. I have also 2 dry shampoos. I'm okay with that. I would ideally always have 1 or 2 at home to just have a backup because mine is actually not the clear one or the white one. Mine is for brunette hair, so that is just perfect. I don't need to worry about having that white sheen in my hair. And lastly, I have 2 items that I counted as other hair care. They are... One is for the tips of my hairs, a kind of smoothing fluid that's just supposed to help keep them from breaking. And the other is a hair oil. On to the final list, the final sub list, I guess. That is skincare. I have 32 body lotions, which really shocked me. However, I should have known because it's a drawer full of body lotions. Now I'm working on those definitely for the rest of the year, probably next year as well, because I want to end up only having 3. Having a body butter, something neutral body lotion style, and scented body lotion is actually something that would be my goal. That would be 3 items, and that's something that I'm definitely to work on. I have 7 shower gels. That used to be less, however, the other day I was grocery shopping and at the drugstore, and they had a shower gel on sale, and that just scented so good. I just love the scent, so I had to get it. Now I'm back to 7. Ideally, I have like 2 or 3 at home, so I'm working on those again. Then I have 6 soap bars. They are mostly the smaller size soap bars that you get in sets, or I don't know, at hotels. I think I have like 2 from hotels that we spent some time at. I want to have 2 of those left. That's all I need. I have 13 hand lotions, and I'm a sucker for hand lotion, I'm afraid, and I've already worked my way down quite a bit. I like buying hand lotions when I find one that is that has a nice scent to it. So that's how the 13 came to be, and ideally I end up having 2 only, to just have 1 at home and 1 in my purse. I have 5 foot lotions. I'm working my way through those, and ideally I only have 1 left. Facial creams, right now I own 3. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with the 3rd one, because I only need 2. I need 1 for day, 1 for nighttime. And the 3rd one that I own right now is something that just doesn't do anything for my skin. It doesn't moisturize, it doesn't reduce the oiliness in my skin, it doesn't do anything for my skin, so I'm gonna figure something out with it. I have 9 face cleansers. The thing is, I counted in my cellar waters with those as well, as far as I remember. because I take my makeup off with them. So it's iffy. I would say if I work my way down from 9 to maybe 3 or 4, that would be nice, because I have 2 different of those micellar waters that I like using for different purposes. And having a cleanser for the times when my skin is worse than others is also good, and I don't want to use that same cleanser when my skin is okay. Now I have 5 face toners. I want to work my way down to 2. Same reason with the face cleansers. 1 for times when my skin is not that well behaved, and 1 for regular days. I have 3 spot treatments, 2 of which don't do much, so I'm going to work my way through those when it's not that bad, and then I'll have 1 left that I like using. I have 2 body scrubs. They are actually the same product. I just had both opened or in use. If I'm finishing up 1, that would be ideal. I would have 1 left, and I like using that every now and then. I have 2 hand scrubs, and I think 1 is enough for those as well. I have 30 samples for face items like serums, cleansers, toners, creams, and the likes. I want to work my way through those because they always come in with purchases, so I need to work on those every now and then and just get rid of them. I have 2 items that are like bath products, I guess, bath salts and the likes. I'm okay with the number. Usually during the winter I have more than in the summer because I like taking a bath in the winter but not in the summer. And I have 5 massage bars. They are actually only 2 different kinds of massage bars because I bought backups for the one massage bar I really like, which is discontinued. So whenever I see that pop up again in a seasonal sale, I guess, because it pops up on Lush every now and then, they do like discontinued products and just re-promote them for a limited time. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I want to use them continually, and if I find the product again, that would be nice. And I guess this was actually, oh wait, I have 2 other face care items. One is a tea tree spray, which I like using in the evening, and one is I use it mostly as a spot treatment, but also for red patches in my skin. It's with aloe, and there's something else in it, I forgot what it is. But those are like the 2 extra. I like to keep those around, and I like to I will repurchase those once they run out, most likely. Well, this was it. I'm keeping this notebook around. I have my project pan and the light and finished 4x4 and so on items right behind my inventory, and I would like to actually update this list on a semi-regular basis. Maybe, I don't know, let's say every 6 months I'll go through it again, because odds are I will not be able to keep track of what comes in and what goes out. So I'm gonna just do it every like half year. I think that is reasonable. That is something I can manage. Well, that was it for my makeup inventory. And if you have any comments, if there's anything you'd like to see, maybe let me know. I'll be happy to make a video about it, even if it's blushes or lipsticks, lip items. I wouldn't mind doing that, but let me know if you're interested in it, actually. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!